The Amerindians, also known as the Indigenous peoples of Guyana, have a rich and vibrant history that dates back thousands of years. They are the original inhabitants of the land and have played a significant role in shaping the cultural landscape of Guyana. These indigenous communities have a deep connection to the land, and their traditional knowledge and practices contribute significantly to environmental conservation efforts. Guyana is home to 9 Amerindian tribes, each with its own distinct language, customs, and traditions. These tribes include the Arawak, Carib, Warao, Wapishan, Patamona, Makushi, Akawayo, Arikuna, and of course, the Waiwai. The Amerindians in Guyana have a rich and vibrant history that is deeply intertwined with the land they inhabit. With a population of over 20,000, they are an integral part of the cultural fabric of the land of many waters. Their traditions, customs, and way of life have been passed down through generations, making them an invaluable source of knowledge and wisdom. They place significance on storytelling as a way of preserving traditions and passing down knowledge through generations. Sitting around the campfires under starlit skies, listening to ancient tales filled with wisdom and spirituality.
When we sit in front of we know it, because we had done so for the Dina, and we are Rambo, done so for the Iowa, and before you could meet your eye, we done knocked down 6 more lava. There's no joke, we bad one like that. We bear that's prepare she sauce, and we that eat the animal, smoke and boil in the Kadakura. We got plenty of story that we could share with you, but some so scary, you have no clue. Like when they shoot a antita, or they check, it was a canary.
One notable feature about the Amerindians in Guyana is their deep connection to nature. They have a profound respect for the environment and believe in living in harmony with it. This can be seen in their sustainable farming practices, where they cultivate crops without depleting the land's resources. For centuries, Amerindians have relied on subsistence farming and fishing for their livelihoods. Their traditional medicine relies heavily on plants found in the rainforest, showcasing their extensive knowledge of herbal remedies.
Most of us in region 8 area, we do plant other crops, and that's how we get. Mostly we depended on this cassava, mostly. So, and we do fishing, hunting in our areas.
Another vibrant aspect of Amerindian culture is their strong sense of community. They live in close-knit villages where everyone supports each other. Decision-making is often done collectively, ensuring that everyone's voice is heard and respected.
For a village, it is very important to act collectively, meaning that the village council and the villagers work together in terms of making decisions. The highest level of decision making in my village is the village general meeting for important issues which requires the entire village to make a decision. However, as it relates to internal issues, internal decisions, it is made at the village council level, including the village council.
Art and craftsmanship play an essential role in Amerindian culture. They are known for their intricate wood carvings, pottery, weaving, and basketry skills, each piece telling its own story, stories of resilience, creativity, and cultural pride. These crafts not only serve as a means of artistic expressions, but also as a way to preserve a cultural heritage.
Art and craft is our livelihood, so we will be doing training on youth training with the elders, women. We will be doing that also in our community for art and craft. So that is our livelihood, so it is very important doing these things.
Our culture now, our culture is like most we just living in craft. Basically, our living is craft, like making warashi, pratimatapi, and so on.
The warmth and hospitality extended by the Amerindians are unparalleled. They often welcome strangers into their homes with open arms and share traditional meals prepared from locally sourced ingredients. However, like many indigenous communities around the world, Amerindians in Guyana face numerous challenges today. By law, they own 16% of Guyana, but encroachment on their ancestral lands by mining companies and loggers threaten their way of life.
We depend on the fishing, and so if the creeks are being polluted, the fishes would go, right? And for mining, when they start use what we call the overflow, and it cover the banks or the surface of the land. After a period of time, the whole place, the forest trees would begin to die out. So we would lose our fish, we lose our animals, and we even lose our birds and so forth. So it affects us on our livelihood. And if we are to do farming, you can't farm on those lands when it has been left with this, what we call it, the back sand from mining. So it's very difficult, and that's how it affects us, like in terms of having our fish and our animals and our livelihood as a whole. And in terms of the water, then we have to now seek for other assistance, maybe to have wells or so forth.
Efforts are being made by both local organizations and international bodies to protect the rights of Amerindians in Guyana. Since 2020, the land titling unit of the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs was resuscitated, which ensures that indigenous communities get legal documents for their lands. The process of land titling aims to secure their territories from encroachment, while initiatives promote cultural preservation and economic empowerment. So far, many villages have received the land titles, while others have approved extensions to their lands.
That gave us the official rights in regards to when we come toward resources within the demarcated area. We can have now full rights in managing or collecting revenues in regards to forests, gold, etc.
For the number of years, we only had an absolute grant. And I am really happy as it will show, so that I could receive the land titled, and now we have the original rights to our land. I'm really, really happy with that. And I know not only me as it will show, but the people of the village will be grateful for that. I really want to say special thanks to the government of Guyana to giving the Amerindians especially the rights to their land. And it is something we're craving for many, many years. It means that while we get our title, and we now in a possession, let's say, as the owner of the land, we could now do different, let's say, investments and so on. And where we could even allow, like, investors, to agreement to get going. And, without the investors, we can't move forward.
Though most of the traditional aspects of Amerindians remain, they now have better access to more social services, especially education. There are nursery, primary, and secondary schools scattered across the hinterland, ensuring every Amerindian have access to the same level of education provided on Guyana's coast. Added to this, Amerindians are also exposed to advanced training by the Cyril Potter College of Education. They have also received a plethora of scholarships to obtain both undergrad and postgrad degrees through the Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold Program.
It is very important for Indigenous people. Most times people put us at the back seat, but we are a people of high integrity and also knowledgeable, most of it, because most times we deal with a level of conservation because we deal not with natural stuff. So I must say education is important for us to carry on. Amerindian is benefiting tremendously in this modern time based on the projects that we had also. For example, the internet hub, the ICT hubs. We have those in the village, and it is benefiting everyone.
There has also been massive improvements in access to healthcare services. While Guyana's indigenous people still use traditional medicines to treat most illnesses, they are also benefiting from access to specialist medical treatment. Many hospitals, health centers, and health posts are established in the hinterland. Added to these is the creation of telemedicine sites in the hinterland. This connects villagers in the remotest of areas to healthcare professionals on the coast via an electronic system, which provides a real-time diagnosis and treatment.
I've always have the belief that that there's a huge gap between hinterland and coastland communities, and I think that these initiatives will really smaller that gap and where we can benefit from, from what the coastlanders are benefiting from. So I think these programs, these initiatives that the government is now implementing in communities across the country, Amerindian communities, it's really something that will really, fill up that gap. We really welcome it. It's something that it's a need. It's a dire need in our Amerindian communities. So it will definitely boost our health sectors right across the country in Amerindian communities, especially my community. So yeah, it's a huge plus for us, and I'm excited to witness this great program for us.
Amerindians in Guyana also have direct access to the president and his team of ministers that convenes a week-long discussion every year with all leaders in the 242 villages and settlements throughout the country. This engagement is called the National Tushaus Council Conference. In short, Amerindians are an integral part of the country's heritage. Their rich cultural traditions make them unique contributors to Guyanese society and forms the Guyana we all know and love.